is Jonel. I'm here with Hugh-Gene and Deswayne.
Hello.
Fellow co-hosts.
Hello.
We upload new episodes every single Tuesday. So welcome. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in.
Thanks.
So, right before this episode, right before we started to record, I was talking, well, all of us were talking, and we were talking about, like, gum and old snacks and stuff, and I was like, hold that thought, because I want to say something, but I want it to be, you know, on the podcast. So I wanted to ask you guys, did you guys remember back in the day when 5 Gum was, like, really big? Like, back in, like, school days, you know?
The commercials were so cool.
Intense. But now here's the thing. I can't remember if it was 5 Gum or if it was another one, but there was a type of gum that people always used to be like, oh, you could eat the wrapper.
5.
And it was 5, right?
Yeah, it was 5, yeah.
Okay. Did either of you guys do it?
Yeah.
Of course I did.
Yeah,
You guys are idiots. You actually ate the wrapper?
Of course I
yeah,
did.
of course.
Did you, like,
I just ate it.
spit it out after
No,
when
I
you
just ate
realized?
it.
Yeah.
What's the point of not eating
Yeah.
it?
Well,
I'm not going to spit out and waste the gum.
It's supposed to dissolve. You don't swallow it. You don't swallow gum, so why would you swallow the wrapper? It's supposed to dissolve.
Swallow
That was the rumor.
I just took it off with my tongue and then swallowed the wrapper. It's called skills, bud.
I'm speechless because that's ridiculous. I think I, like, bit into it. I'm like, this is not right.
Nah,
And
I just ate it.
And I separated it.
I just ate it.
No, yeah.
Did you swallow it?
I
or
swallowed
did you just
gum,
chew it?
so
Oh, okay.
I think Magic School Bus told me that it stays in your
7
stomach
years.
for yeah.
Does it actually, though?
I don't know.
I don't think
care.
so.
Let me Google that.
I think it's just like when they say, like, if you swallow watermelon seed, a watermelon will grow in your belly. And as a kid, you're like, oh my god! Or like,
So stupid.
kids are so gullible.
You know what? I also think 5 Gum is the first brand to come up with gum in the packages, like in little
You
slots.
think? I thought the Orbit gum was in little strips. No, was it Orbit? There was a few other ones.
I don't even know what Orbit is.
You don't know what Orbit is?
The gum? Never seen it?
No, sir. No, I have not. No.
Sorry, who's drinking water?
Just drinking that shit up. Jesus Christ.
Trying to stay hydrated. I realize I have not eaten or drank anything all day, so it's kind of like, oh.
Trying to drink some alcohol.
Maybe, you say you're trying to drink some alcohol?
No, I don't know. I wish I was one of those people that just drank wine like that.
See, I was telling you guys this a couple weeks ago. I think I want to be like the adult that's just like, I'm going to have a glass of wine.
Yeah,
Just
do it. Do it.
Like, you know, because right
Do it.
like,
You
my whole
should-
life I've only drank, like, socially.
Just do it, bro.
I've never drank by
Do
myself.
it. Do it up.
I kind of
Drink some white.
Just like a way to unwind. Oh, no, that's a lie. One time I had a bubble bath and I had a glass of wine.
Where'd you have a bubble bath?
It was like my birthday several years ago, and I got this really beautiful, like, Airbnb, and so, like, I had, like, a bath and my wine and everything, but
You can buy like a little thing that sticks onto the side of the.
they have those, like, stands too.
Yeah. I thought about getting one of them. Like, I'm not that dedicated
Yeah.
Well,
yet.
I've drank for the past 6 days, so.
What have you been drinking?
First it was Ray and Nephew.
Of course, no surprise.
Yeah, and then I finished the Cocoa Mania, which is another type of rum.
Okay, never heard of
And then Jack Daniels.
Jeez Louise.
it. Okay,
So now I got to figure out something else because I don't think I drank today because I knew I was going to be driving.
maybe
yeah.
water.
So,
You want some of my water? Like,
time to go
damn.
to AA, man.
No, not yet. Not yet.
He's like, not yet.
I still have control.
He's like, I'm on vacation.
If I'm like, yeah, I got home and I drank and I came here, then you guys should be like, okay, Des, we got to talk.
You gotta.
If
But
he
no.
shows up reeking of alcohol,
Yeah.
I'm like, Hugh, I think we gotta have the
gotta-
talk with him.
I made a
Send
conscious
you to a
decision.
meeting.
Let me wait till I get back home.
I just want to
So
drink.
is rum all you really drink
Yeah.
in terms of liquor?
It's my go-to. Like everything else is just like really sweet and stuff.
Whiskey.
Yeah, but I don't want whiskey. I want rum. I want to get drunk.
Whiskey makes me feel like a man.
You can get. Well, I like
Because
whiskey.
it tastes
so.
like shit and it makes you feel
No, it
great.
doesn't. You can have a nice, good whiskey.
It's not the taste I like. It's just the after feeling. You know.
The feeling of alcohol.
No, I just like that burning feeling you
Oh,
get.
God.
I
That's what I like with-
I like.
Like
kinda
fire.
feeling.
You're about to breathe
Yeah.
fire. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I don't like the
with
taste of whiskey. To me, it tastes like doo doo. But
That's
like,
what Ray
I like the
Nephew
after
does. You
feeling.
take a shot, and like I literally feel like if I were to go, and
You're
someone were to
supposed to.
do like a lighter, it could light my
Yeah.
breath on fire like a dragon.
I remember the first time I had it, and I was just like,
When I was in Jamaica, they made us a shot at the resort, and it was like it was called a Bob Marley shot. So I don't know what alcohol they used, but it was all like liquor, and it was green and red and I guess like white or whatever. I don't think it was yellow. Whatever. Like it was, different colors. But that shit tasted like pure gasoline.
Tastes like Bob Marley.
But of course, the week I was there, we did several. You like meet people on the resort. We met some like
and they're like,
people
you gotta
from New
try
York.
this.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, Bob Marley, and we're like, all right.
Yeah.
Just get fucked up with strangers.
Yeah, some guy came to me. He's like, oh, well, not some guy. We met him on the resort when we went to Jamaica. And he's like, have you ever tried Purple Rain? And I'm like, the fuck? No.
Sounds like something I want to try, though.
Because all we've been drinking were pina coladas. That's all we've been drinking.
Nah, I'm not
Oh
a
my
pina
God,
colada
they're
type of
so
girl.
good. When it's hot,
I don't
oh
like
my
coconut
God.
flavored things.
It's
I like
so
coconut.
good.
I'm like a daiquiri girl.
And then we went to the swim up bar, which I didn't think
What's
we
that?
needed to. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Swim up bar?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
when you're in a pool area, they have a bar in the pool.
Oh, it's the one that in the water.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
we
can
did
swim
that.
up to it. I
And-
feel like that's very up your alley because, like, I feel like you like to chill in the pool and
I
then whatever.
do.
And then, like, you would be like, oh, I want to drink, but I don't
Yeah, I don't
want to
get out because if I get out, I'm
yeah.
not coming back in here.
Exactly. So, swim up bar is
Yeah, it was
definitely
great.
your.
It was
I want to go to Jamaica.
Okay.
Actually, like that was
I
my
don't think you
first
want to go
time.
now.
No, I'd want to go now.
That was my first time going all inclusive, and honestly, like I did enjoy myself. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I don't like traveling, and I would do it again, but not on purpose. But yeah, it was actually a lot of fun, and I think everybody should. A lot. Everyone should go all inclusive at least once.
What's all inclusive? Just like
You don't pay for nothing. The food, all of that is free. Everything.
It's like a resort.
Yeah.
I've never been to a resort, man.
I know because you don't like that. You're like, I want to go hiking
That's why-
through the bushes.
Yeah,
and
that's why like
you're always like, I want to do a resort
But
when
see,
I'm old.
You should do a resort, but you can still do those things.
You can still go
Yeah,
off the
because
resort.
at least
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
also don't have to pay for food and
See, the thing is, I think like you always said, Hugh, that like you would prefer to do resorts when you're older because like you can
when I'm,
just
like,
sit around.
60.
Right, but I don't think you understand. Resorts are so fun for young people as well, and like it's good to experience.
No, I'll
that.
probably do it one day.
yeah. I remember they were
And like if you go to a family resort, it's good for like no, because like they have like kid. You can drop your kids off.
that's what we thought. So the hotel we were at, and I forget what it's called, but it's huge. When I say huge, it's huge because they have two sides. They have the family side and then the non-children side. And when
Dagger
we
side.
realized we went to the family side, we're like, oh my God, we're so dumb. We should have went to the other side. People on the other side were coming to the family side because they're like, that side is just old people who don't want any noise, who like, they don't want to be
True.
around kids making noise and stuff like that. Our side
So
was
it
the party
attracts a
side.
much older crowd,
Yeah.
which makes it more boring.
Yes, because a lot of girls that I met, they were from the other side, but they can come over to our side, but we can't go to their side.
But a lot of resorts also have like kid zones where you can like drop off your kids and like you can
Yeah.
go to the spa or you can go to the pool and like you know
Yeah.
have a drink and be an adult and like your kids are still having fun. They're being watched. Like resorts are a
He
bomb.
said the dagger side.
No, I just want to explore Jamaica, but I just can't because I'll
It's-
die.
Yeah.
No,
it's
if you
terrifying.
have someone that
No.
you can trust.
No. My dad's like, no. My dad laughed at me. He's like,
Because he knows Hugh doesn't know anybody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, because my sister said you'll stand out too much.
No, 100%.
My sister said they'll know. They'll look at your fucking nose.
They'll just look at you.
That too.
It's crazy to
Your
say.
demeanor. They'll be like, you and your short shorts. like, yo.
Yeah, they'll be like, get this guy out of here.
I didn't want to say.
Get
You
this
guys
guy
know what
outta
I'm
here.
trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I didn't want to say it because I feel like that's extremely offensive.
Like these legs there, buddy.
They would
But
think
it
you're a
was
little
actually-
sus.
Yeah.
It was actually really fun. Met so many people. They're like, do we have any Americans here? And all the Americans are like, woo. And they're like, do we have any Canadians? And I'm expecting just me and my friends and like a couple other people we
Oh,
met.
there's a lot.
There were so many
Yeah, makes
Canadians
sense.
there.
A lot of Canadians.
It
Jamaicans.
blew my mind.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like every time I travel, I like when my experience at my resort in Jamaica, like I met this guy and his girlfriend, and like he lives like in Woodbridge, like and he was like a professional soccer player, and it was like really cool. And then when I went to Peru, I met people who live like in the GTA as well, and it's just like you meet people all over the place. Mexico, I met Canadian, like it's just crazy.
The first day we went, I talked to everybody. So I ended up talking to this guy and his girlfriend, and we're just like laughing and talking. And they are from Brampton. So the next morning we went for breakfast. They saw me and the guy was just like, oh my God. And he like lost his mind kind of thing. Whatever. So we're all talking. Okay, we separate. And we're having our breakfast, and I'm talking to my cousins like, he better relax, because I will take his girlfriend. Because he was just like, yeah, like, you know, we came on this trip together. We're not really together, but we already bought it when we were.
That's a smart thing to say.
So.
Oh, they kind of broke up, but they decided to still go.
Yeah, because he said he's still going. He's not like whether she's going or not. And he offered. He's like, you know, I'll get a separate room and all that. And she's like, no, there's no need to spend more money. Like, it's fine.
The same room and we're gonna have some makeup sex.
So. We talk for like 2-3 days, and I end up talking to my mom. I'm telling my mom about it. Not about that. Like, I'm going to take his girlfriend. I'm just saying, like,
fuck his girl, mom. I'm going to do it, mom.
Like, yeah, we met these kind of people and these kind of people. And she's like, oh, yeah, you know, Aunt Michelle's son, his baby mom is down there, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, what's her name? And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know nobody's name anyways. So she's like, yeah, just look up for her if you see her. So we're talking, and the guy was like, I'm messaging him because we have each other's Instagram, and he's like, oh, where you guys gonna be? So I'm telling him, and I'm like, what's your girl's name? And he typed her name, and I'm like,
stupid.
Does she have a son? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, it's the baby mom.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more reason to do it.
Yeah, no, I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Just dash and leave, bro.
Small world.
Small
Give her
world.
another child.
That's so funny.
Just take it for another child.
Yes, and just leave.
What did you say?
He said, give her another child and then leave.
Oh, God.
Hey, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's been something going around the internet lately where men feel the need to defend themselves because they are being, not attacked, but, you know, women are kind of coming from men who don't have bed frames. A lot of men just have, you know, matches on the ground or like the...
A TikTok.
Yeah, there's TikToks I've been seeing, like Instagram. Yeah, like people, and like the only defense I've been hearing from men are, oh well, you know, bed frames when I'm having sex, like it doesn't like hit the wall, and he's like, you know, just like they're just stupid excuses. But like, I want to know, first of all, do you guys have bed frames?
Nope.
I recently got one.
I don't.
Oh, you just got one recently?
Yeah.
How recently?
Like
months or like
when you
year?
say bed frame, you mean like headboard and stuff, right?
Full shebang.
Okay, full shebang. I recently got maybe like a couple months ago.
I was actually
before that. I had the bed frame where it's just the bottom, but it was like it's not just the metal piece that you're thinking of. Like I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know.
But anyways, yeah, I had you can put stuff.
But it wasn't just a mattress on the floor.
No.
Hugh?
No, I don't have one. I was gonna make one, but I'm trying to. I actually drew it up and took a picture of it. I saw it earlier today. I don't know where it is. But then the thing is, because I had tons of extra wood at my house, but we ended up using it all for other stuff, so I can't make one anymore.
But here's the thing: why is it that it tends to be? I'm not saying every woman has a bed frame, but you know, like I think men.
There's no point.
Men do it more.
No use for it.
Or men don't have one more.
Yeah,
than
there's no use for it.
Yeah, I think we just
what do you
don't
mean there's no
care.
use for it?
I have the bed on the ground. I sleep on it. Practical. Bam. Done.
Yeah, I really think that's what it is. Like we actually just don't care.
I used to have those like those skids. Those wood plank skids.
Yeah,
I used to have that.
Like a pallet?
Yeah, I used to have that when at my old house, but then I didn't bring them with me, so it's just on the floor now.
I've seen people put like the mattress on the pallet for that like aesthetic, but I don't know.
No, I don't. I guess I don't.
And like men get defensive when they're being called out for it.
To me, it was always.
That's where I go. Well, yeah.
It was always just like an extra. It's like I don't need it.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I don't need it.
For people who said they don't like it because of all the noise it makes during sex, it does. Because now I have one, and I'm just like, this is so annoying.
Yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
If I was gonna have one,
I feel like that needs to be tightened, and two, you either need to push it against the wall or push it like an inch away. Like if you have it kind of close, but not think that it's
I don't want to have to
hit.
deal with all that.
yeah, I don't see myself ever buying one until I get married.
Why? Marriage does not equal bed frame.
I don't see the point.
I want one.
I don't care for one. I don't need
Yeah.
it. Or like or once again, I'll just make my own because it's not really hard to make a bed frame.
Marriage
It's pretty
equals
straightforward.
Bed frame.
Yeah, I
Got
think
it.
like a lot of guys that I know, like there's a lot of things that I'll be like, yo, why don't you have like a lamp? And they'll be like, I don't care.
I have a lamp.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I have two.
I don't have a lamp.
I have the Himalayan salt ones.
You said you do or you
I
don't?
I don't. But my room's not huge, so I don't need a lamp. Like the light switch on or off. That's it.
Yeah, I got the salts.
But it's like people like different things. But yeah, as long as your room's not filthy, I don't care what you have in your. I can go to a girl's house. If she has 2 mattresses on the floor, you have 2 mattresses on the floor.
It is what it is.
I'm not buying you a bed frame, so I don't care.
I also just like how it looks.
I literally bought someone a bed frame.
I have to buy this girl a bed frame because I broke it.
Like dresser, bed frame, headboard, the mirror,
exactly.
everything.
I'll just fix it. Is it wood or
It's
metal?
wood, but
So get a piece
no,
of
it's
no.
stupid.
Sometimes like because
like,
I had a bed
it's
that
stupid.
broke and it was like it was real wood and but there's also like a metal bracket in it and the metal bracket snapped.
Is it what broke?
So no, I just told her I'd buy her a new bed frame.
No.
It was stupid.
Is it the wood part that's broken or the metal part?
I don't know. I don't
Des
know.
has already explicitly said he's not like handy in that way. He doesn't want to do
I'll
plumbing.
do
He
it
doesn't
for
want to.
him. I don't know.
You're gonna fix some random
think-
I'll
girl's
just get a piece
bed
of
for
wood.
him.
Drill.
I think all
screw.
those things are pointless and stupid.
You're not gonna do
like
that.
the type of bed
If I
frame.
got paid, I would.
The type of bed frame she had from she got it. I'm like,
Why?
wow.
Yeah.
But she, oh, I love it. And like she likes the
What type of
headboard.
bed frame is it?
You're asking me.
You saw it.
It's
I don't know how to
broken now.
explain it. She likes her headboard.
Is
She
it
said
upholstered? Like, is it fabric or is it like wood?
it's fabric and wood.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. That could,
Okay. So she likes her headboard and she likes the outside frame. So the wood inside she wants to get rid of and put one of those metal frames on the inside and then put her mattress on top of that. So she still has the outside look. And I'm like,
Okay, it's a lot.
whatever.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you want, and when you figure it out, I'll buy it.
I just like the
Well, if
minimal.
I knew you were just out here buying
No, because I
beds,
broke it. I
then
broke it.
I
broke
would've-
it.
You could have bought the one for me that I bought the other day.
I broke it.
You bought another one.
No, I said the one that I bought the other day. Remember I showed you and you said it was really nice. I bought a
Oh yeah. Oh, you bought it.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's nice.
bought a canopy bed.
No, I like the minimal look too.
I feel like mine is it's minimal but also grand.
But that's why I wanted to get that like Japanese style, the fucking bamboo mat with the fucking thing. I fucking love. I love how that looks.
You just
man.
want something low to the ground.
That's too. If I was gonna get a
My
bed
back
frame,
said nah. I like
it'd be low.
beds.
The thing is, I like in the middle. That's crazy because I had low.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that we talk about bed frames. For the longest time, my bed is a little bit smaller than the frame it used to have. So anytime you sat,
What's wrong with you?
used to
At first you're like you said used to you're like a lot of
yeah, because you got.
What-
Tutu,
what
If I
you
say I used to
okay,
have,
Jacob Tutu, relax.
if I say I used to have, it makes me feel like it was the last one. So when I say used to, it wasn't the last one. It was the one before that.
But I don't know. It's like you're just doubling up your words today. Okay, sorry, continue.
So if you sat on the edge and you're too heavy, it will fall through. If you're having sex, it will fall through the frame, and it was so hard to get it back out of the frame.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's not.
for the longest time, my bed was on a slant, and I didn't care. I'd still bring girls. I don't care. Sit on that end.
That's so
I don't care.
ghetto.
I don't care. And if they're not gonna buy me a bed frame, I don't want to hear it.
Hugh, imagine like going back to a girl's house for the first time and her bed is like this.
No,
and
no,
she's
I would
like-
pull it up a bit so it doesn't look so bad.
But then what if she leans that way and it's like boom?
No, I'm like, I'll fix it
I'd be
later.
like, all right. I'd be like, I wouldn't really care.
Oh my
I got
God.
some kitty cat, so I'm happy.
Men are
That's the
such
spirit.
simple creatures. I
Yep.
can't.
Meow meow.
Okay, let me ask you guys. If there was an app that told you your soulmate, like who your soulmate would be, would you use it?
Definitely, so I can avoid that person.
That was mine.
Yeah.
It's mine. Actually, that was mine.
Okay, Hugh, would you like to phrase the
No,
question?
it's too late. It's fine.
Just answer the question.
No, there's like, because I got it from, I can't remember what the show's called. There's a show on Netflix. And pretty much what happened is that this lady,
Black Mirror.
no, it's not Black Mirror.
Shit.
It isn't. It's not aesthetic.
That
though.
is some Black Mirror shit.
Yeah.
But,
I
no,
can't, why is it not back yet? Everything else is back.
I don't know, COVID. No, pretty much
I was like, everything else is back.
pretty much what they do is you send your DNA, and then they pretty much whatever they mix up in the system, whatever, and then whoever's hormone, like, and especially if you see the
Oh, it's like your soulmate based off of like.
DNA and all that stuff. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want that.
But the thing is that when they see the person, they're like, because it just matches. And what with the bad side of it was that,
What was that face? Ew.
and the downside was that people that were
You look
married.
like a fish out of water. You know when they're trying to gasp for the
For the water, not air, for
I was
water.
no, for us to say oxygen.
Oh,
Idiot.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Oh, the fish. Oh,
They
No.
still get oxygen in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
through the gills.
You really tried it, Des.
Yeah.
No, what would happen is that there's people that are like married, and then they would use the app because they're curious, and then they wouldn't match with that person, and then they'd leave because you can't fight it. It's like this is like hormonal. It's just like mixing.
That is a Black Mirror episode. You're right,
but it's not. It's from a show.
No. But like Des is right. Like that actually was, a thing that they did.
I guess the show stole it from them then.
I only watched one episode of Black Mirror.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, not exactly to the T, but
Matched.
something very similar.
I think that's what the show was called. It's on Netflix. They're British, but no, yeah, and then you heard what I said.
The show's called Matched.
I think it's called Match, something like that.
You said something after.
Yeah, it's British.
Oh, you were doing an accent.
Yeah. And what happened was.
Eugene, that was so bad. I
I
had
know
no idea.
we know this.
All right,
And
moving on.
What happened towards the end of the show is that they realized that you can match with 2 people.
Well, I truly believe you can
Eventually.
have more than one soulmate, and I believe you can have soulmates not just in a romantic way. I believe you can have friends who are soulmates, family.
Nah, it's all about fucking.
But so I think that you could have like more than one match, but I would be interested.
But what if you're already in a relationship? Would you use the app?
I wouldn't, because it would cause problems. But I wouldn't be opposed to it, because again, I do feel like you can have more than one soulmate. So I feel like you can be happy in your relationship and out of curiosity.
No, but this is
curiosity
romantic.
killed the cat. I wouldn't do it if I was in a committed
Cat had
relationship.
9 lives, so we're good.
Yeah,
Killed him 10 times though.
Yeah.
Because cat's curious, keeps going back and losing its lives.
I would use it, I guess. Why not?
I wouldn't use it.
Not use it. Why not? Kill it. Just get over and done with.
You wouldn't? Or you said you would so you can avoid that person.
Oh, like
no, you can't avoid it. You're matched
because that's what he said. You can't avoid.
Sure.
So if I can't avoid,
once you see them, you're just like, why do I have this connection?
I don't want
to
to know. Don't want to know who it is.
You would be curious in the back of your mind, but you
yeah,
would
but I'm
suppress
very
it.
good at suppressing things. So.
Very good. That's not a good quality.
Oh no. Oh.
It's bad that you're good at it.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
But yeah, I totally would. I think that'd be cool. Okay, so I want to know what's been happening, because in the last month, Des, you've gotten yourself into a couple accidents. What's been going on with you? You look confused. Do you not know?
Yeah,
what I'm
no, I know
about?
what you're talking about. Yeah, because you said in the last month. It wasn't in the last month.
Is it not
no,
last month?
No. It was in a month.
Oh, in a
not
month.
Last month. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So I got into 2 car accidents, and it's been on my mind lately because it's summer. And
Oh, that's why you brought it up. I thought you said like
no, I got into no. I've been thinking
30
about
days.
it lately because
Okay,
I've
cool.
been thinking about life and getting it over with. I'm joking.
Okay, Hugh-Gene. Damn, that was a very Hugh-Gene morbid thing to say. Look, he's sitting there like, yeah,
so-
I feel the same, brother.
I was working a 12-hour shift overnight.
No.
I dropped 2 people home.
Oh, that's a mistake right there.
Yeah. I know, right?
Did they pay for gas?
No, it's fine.
fuck.
It's fine. So I dropped 2 people home, and I'm driving from almost downtown Toronto to Ajax.
What the fuck?
But I live in Ajax. I'm the end destination.
Right, so you went out of your way. You went downtown to drop them off.
No, I work almost downtown. So dropping them off.
You work almost downtown.
Yeah, that's almost downtown.
You work midtown.
Nah, I guess. But I call that almost downtown.
Sure.
It is almost down.
I guess when you live far away, that is
It
almost
is.
downtown. I live closer, so to me, that's not downtown.
So I dropped them off, and I remember I was so tired, but I'm just like, I'm always tired. Who cares? I'm driving. So going to my mom's house where I used to live, you pass a set of train tracks, and then maybe
Let's not give away your mother's address.
No, it's not her address.
We're not doing that. But
There's a lot of train tracks.
okay, I'm just saying. Let's not be too specific.
You pass some train tracks. You go a little bit. There's a light. You got to turn. Then you got to turn again, and then there's a roundabout. So I'm driving. I pass the train tracks.
I love your doubling words.
I blink, and then I'm in a car that is not my mom's car because I'm driving my mom's car. So what I mean by I'm in a car, but I'm not in a car, is my mom's car is in the driver's seat of somebody else's car, and that car was inside of another car.
Wait, what? No.
We had a car sandwich. We had a car orgy, and I was the only one in all 3 cars.
It doesn't make sense. Wait, back up. I'm confused. So you're driving.
Drive. I pass the train tracks.
So the car that you're in. So you're in your mom's.
I'm in my mom's van.
You're in the van.
Mm-hmm.
The van is physically in someone's driveway.
In someone's car.
So you crashed through. Eugene's laughing. You crashed through someone's car
and into another car.
Okay, so you
You
crashed. Yeah, were they parked?
Yeah.
Were they driving?
I was the only one in all 3 cars.
Oh, I thought you meant that like somehow you crashed and your body was in all 3 cars.
No.
No, because the way you said it, I'm like,
was in
how
a
are
Honda
you
Civic, and the Honda Civic was in, I don't know what else the other car was.
You never told me about this accident.
Yeah, no, so.
You're like, I suppressed it like I do with everything else.
So when it happened, so like I said, I opened my eyes and I'm inside these 3 cars. And both airbags are...
Don't say it like that.
That's what it was.
It sounds like your body is in all 3 cars.
I was in all 3 cars.
You're saying no one else was in the other 2. You were the only person in this
all
accident.
3, in
but
all
don't
3.
say it like that. I swear to God, it sounds like you're physically in all 3 cars at once.
You hear a loud... like,
of course.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sitting there. I remember I opened my eyes, and that's when I notice I'm in. Anyways,
you're not in all 3 cars. Stop
the
saying
airbags, both airbags go off. The windshield is cracked. Like the van's pretty messed up. So I get out the van, and now it's like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Everyone's running out their house, like, oh my God, what's going on? And I'm just looking around, like, fuck. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I got into our car.
How close were you to home? Like a minute?
Less than.
Damn.
Like I'm looking at the house. Like
you're like, Mom, look outside.
Well, she wasn't home. She was at work.
Look down the street, Mom.
So
that's
she's like, what happened? And I'm like, well, I was driving. I'm almost home. And like, I don't know. Me, I guess this is my mentality from I was a kid is when I'm almost home, I need to make sure I don't know how people can park their car and then grab everything they need. Once I park my car, I'm getting out my car or I'm staying in the car.
You grabbing everything you need while driving?
So that is what I told everybody. I was.
Oh, you didn't want to tell them.
I was packing my bag and stuff, whatever, and something fell. So I was reaching over to pick it up, and by the time I looked up, oh my God, whatever. Okay, fine. People who believe it. People who don't. But I'm selling the shit out of this story.
I mean, that's a believable story. You reached down, you took your eyes off the road.
So my mom had called my brother to tell him to come, like, whatever. So when he came, I'm like, Dwayne, take my bag and go. Like, don't worry about me. Take my bag and go because I have so much weed in my bag.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people of the car came outside. They're just like, oh, like, are you okay? Like, nobody really caused any commotion, really, but everybody talked about it. People from blocks away came because it was that loud, apparently.
Probably talk of the neighborhood.
All 3 cars were totaled.
Oh, shit.
Imagine being 6 a.m. You're in your house sleeping, and some like kid totals your car when your car's in its driveway.
It wasn't in the driveway. It was on the side of the road.
But it's in front of their house.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'd be so pissed. And like I just shrugged off everything. I was just like,
that is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he shrugs it off.
Yeah.
At least be apologetic.
Like, no, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like,
okay, that's
are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm just coming from work. They're like, oh, you work overnights? I'm like, yeah, I've been working overnight for like 7 years. And they're just like, oh, okay, so you're used to it. I know what they were getting at. I'm not an idiot. And yeah. And when the cops came, whatever. So that happened. So my mom had to get a rental. She's testing out rentals or something she wants. So we got an SUV. So I'm at work, and this is like 2 weeks later. I'm at work, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to leave because ain't shit going on, and I don't care. So I leave work I'm supposed to leave at 6:30. I leave at 6. I have a volleyball tournament that day, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me go home, get some sleep. That way, whatever. So I'm driving 401, driving. I'm passing Meadowvale. I always drive in the collectors, and I get off at like in Pickering, and then I go into I always drive in the express, and then I go into the collectors. So I'm driving in the collectors, and I'm just like, should I go in the express? Nah, who cares? Driving, and I see a car ahead of me pull over to the side. But I saw that they ran over something, and I was just like, oh, like, I wonder if that guy's okay. Boom, boom. I'm like, oh, shit, I ran over something too. Pull over. Get out the car. I see a tow truck parked on the side of the highway, but further back. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go tell this guy I need a tow because I have a flat tire. I'm walking.
You didn't even double check that it actually was a flat
It
tire?
was. Like I looked.
Okay.
And I go over. I'm walking towards the guy. I look across. The other guy is still looking at his car. Like, what the hell? I'm walking towards the tow truck. As I'm getting closer, I see the windshield of the tow truck is cracked. No big deal. I'm getting closer. I see that there's some liquid dripping from the tow truck. Okay. So now I'm picking up my pace. Like, what the fuck is going on? And now as I can see the guy, he's sitting back in the tow truck like he was sleeping, but blood is dripping from his head. So I'm like, oh shit. So now I run to his tow truck and I'm like knocking the door because I don't want to just open the door. Yeah. So I'm just knocking the door, and he kind of like, I guess, wakes up or whatever. And he looks over and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Did I crash into you or something? I'm like, no, you didn't. But are you okay? And he's just like, yeah, like, I think I fell asleep. So he had fallen asleep at the wheel and he crashed into the like island, the divider thing. But like the way he crashed, his car, the tow truck was perfect, like it was parked. So he crashes into that, and the pieces from the tow truck, the long bar and the little other pieces fall off and go in the road. So I ran over that big bar piece that they put across underneath the car. So I saw that was in the road. So when I saw it, I like ran in the road and I pulled it out. It's like 6 a.m. Nobody was really on the road. So I pulled it out. The guy across was cussing up a storm. Like he doesn't give a fuck about this tow driver. Like he's pissed. So we called the ambulance, called police, all that stuff. And like, I felt really bad because like, I thought this guy was dead, but he was fine to a certain extent.
Maybe a little concussed or
I wasn't, yeah, he kept apologizing. And like, even when I had to call my mom and tell her like, this is now again, man. So I call my mom.
This is with the rental, right?
This is with the rental.
Oh.
So now you have to keep this even if you don't like it. So I was just like, Mom, like, I got into another accident. She's like, what? I'm like, it wasn't my fault. She's like, Dad, seriously? I'm like, Mom, like, hold on. And I just gave her the phone to one of the officers. And he was just like, yeah, you know, this is what happened. It really wasn't his fault, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't mad or anything because people asked me about it. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not mad. And the reason why I'm not mad is the way I looked at it is I prefer it to be me than, let's say, a family that was going camping or something, you know, when people leave to go to cottage early morning. And it wasn't somebody filled with kids or a kid who shouldn't have been driving, you know. But
also because, like, you know, the like someone's life could have been lost. So
yeah,
it's like,
so
you're not going to be mad in comparison.
Exactly. Like my mom was pissed,
okay.
obviously, but I was just like,
and like the car wasn't total; it was just the tire. So
it was the tire, and like the underbelly was like torn off.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty bad. So, but insurance covered everything because it was the tow truck guy and all that stuff. Like it was legit.
Your mom's insurance is probably just like, yo, lady, do not let your kid.
No, that's actually what they said. They're like, honestly,
he can't drive the car
You should
anymore.
probably take him off your insurance. And my mom was telling me how much. I'm like, just take me off. Like, I don't care. Like, I won't drive the car. Like, it's not a big deal to me. Like, whatever. So, yeah. More of the story is, if you're tired, don't drive.
Drive faster. This is why I drive stick. You have to stay awake.
Oh, you thought.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's a flawed theory, but
no, for me it works. If I'm tired, I'll just like bang down a couple gears and go.
I've driven with you, not when you're driving. I think you were driving my car, which is automatic. I can't remember where you've been like driving on the highway at night and you're like drifting, and I'm like, Eugene, wake up! Literally, that's why like whenever like it's late, like we record this podcast after like you have a full day of work and then you leave. I'm always like, make sure you get home safe.
Why do you drive with the top down?
Yeah, I mean, this car that you have now is a little thing. But, like, I've always been like that. I've always been like, Eugene, make sure you're safe. Like, I say it with you, too, Des, but especially Hugh, because I've seen him drive and just be like...
No, I've done it a couple times.
I don't like that. Oh, sorry, nobody saw what I did. I realized, I'm like, nobody can see me. But I just, you know, like, when you're falling asleep and, like, you drift over...
It's like, oh, I'm home.
Yeah, you say, like, whoa, okay, all right.
Or if you're Des, it's like, oh, I'm in the neighbor's driveway. I'm in 3 cars at once. I don't know. know why you'd phrase it that way. I'm in all 3 cars.
That's what it was.
I woke up and I was in another car. I heard you through the window.
Yeah, that's what you thought too, right?
I
thought you got flung out of the car, and you're like, you know, your arms in here, your torso's in this one, your legs in the other one.
I opened my eyes and I passed a train track, and I was, like I said, I blinked.
No, that was a long blink.
And in that blink, I made 2 turns. I don't remember making those turns at all.
Oh, no.
I opened my eyes, and all I can think is, oh no, in 3 cars.
I can't do those in my car. I'll die.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah, it's not something I'd recommend.
I
Not
can't
at
get
all.
in an accident. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Less than 2,000 pounds. No airbags.
It's over for you.
You have no airbags?
No.
Is that how the car is? Or
It had one for me.
Oh, it had?
It had.
But you have to replace it.
I don't have the steering wheel.
You don't have a steering wheel?
No, it came with an aftermarket steering wheel that doesn't have an airbag.
Yeah.
So if you're fucked, you're fucked.
Yeah.
No, even if I had the airbag, I'm fucked with that car. It's a 30-year-old car. It'll be a 30-year-old airbag. If I crash that car, I'm fucked.
Can't you just get a
It
new
won't
airbag?
do anything. With that car, it's less than 2,000 pounds.
Carry pillows or something.
Everything weighs more than I do. If you crash into me, I'm dead.
Yeah.
No matter what, if I flip that car, I'm dead.
Well, of course. That car is like a Hot Wheels car.
No, even if I flip it, because there's no roll bar,
I was gonna go with bumper car.
It'll just be
Bumper
flat.
car? No, I just mean...
No. That's why, like, I treat that, like, that's like with that car, like, with driving people, I'd be very, it's kind of like the same with a motorcycle. I'd be the same with a motorcycle. Like, I'd want to drive people, but I wouldn't, because it's like your life is now in my hands. It's the same thing with that car.
Well, your life is, when you're driving someone, no matter
but
what.
what this is
your
even,
life
it's
is in
like
your hands. But I get what you're saying. It's a
because
lot
you don't
riskier.
have an airbag.
Of course.
Even if I had an airbag, you don't. The passenger doesn't.
Right.
So if I crash,
Note to self, not driving with you.
No, it's okay. I bought it for myself.
I have been in that car, your new one.
Yeah.
But not really. Like, all right, well, something else that has been kind of a topic of discussion on the interwebs as of late is women, and also specifically Black women, wearing bonnets and headscarves outside of their house.
That's been
So
a thing?
if you,
discussion?
yes.
Oh.
As I just said. So if you guys don't know what like a bonnet or headscarf is, it's literally something that you wear to protect your hair from, like, particularly when you're sleeping, or if you're like in the shower, you may want to, well, that's more of a shower cap, but you know what I'm saying. It's something to protect your hair. You typically wear it when you are sleeping so that you don't like mess up your hairstyle, or
like do-rag for a woman.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. But I think do-rags are more to set a style, from what I know. Right? Like, if you have waves, you want to set it in with the do-rag?
No.
It's just to protect it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, it's
Yeah,
essentially...
like the braids too, yeah.
Right. Or exactly. So, it's the equivalent of a do-rag, but a lot of people are saying, like, when you see a woman out at the store or at the airport and she's wearing her bonnet, it's like, that's something that you should wear in your home.
No.
Don't wear it out and about.
How do you spell bonnet?
BONNET.
But the thing is that, like, women who wear said bonnets are like, why? If men can wear do-rags out and about, why can't we wear bonnets? And also, it's like, it's a thing for, like, protecting your hair. So if you want to protect your hair while you're at the grocery store, you can do so. Just because they were originally made for sleeping doesn't mean things. So I just want to know what you guys think.
I keep getting Lisa bonnet. Even when I put bonnet here, still just a bunch of pictures of Lisa. I know, yeah. I don't care. I've seen, now that I see a picture, I've seen it. I don't give a shit.
The way I look at it is, people have something to say because of what TV made bonnets seem like. You watch
Ghetto.
a movie, exactly. You watch a movie, there's a girl going to the store in a bonnet. She's ghetto, tapping her head.
Daddy,
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what people make it seem. So people have that in their head because of movies. No, that was great.
What? It was good acting.
You trying to call me ghetto, you little bitch?
He just said that was good.
acting.
Oh, fuck you up. No, I'm joking.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, I'm an actress.
So because TV makes it seem like that, that's why people have that idea in their head.
Probably.
But to me, like, women, there's nothing wrong. You want to wear what you want to wear anyways. So what's a bonnet, you know? You don't care what people say about your dress and your clothes, then who cares what you say about my bonnet?
I went to Juve and I saw girls wearing bonnets.
Well, that's because they throw
stuff,
powder and oil.
No, it's motor oil.
Exactly.
It was
you want
crude,
that in your hair?
Crude oil.
No, that's different. You can't. You're thinking about literally a celebration where they're throwing shit in the air.
Some girls had plastic bags on their head.
Yeah.
Right, because they don't want to spoil their bonnet. So they want to just wear a plastic bag. Because the bonnet's usually some sort of like silk material.
Like even I had some friends over. We're playing dominoes. And my cousin came down. And he came down in his robe and his bonnet. And all of them started laughing. And he's like, I'm in my house. You think I care? You think I wouldn't wear this outside
he's in his house. At first, you were like, he came down in his bonnet. And I was like, oh, but I forgot he has dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has like hair. So a do-rag wouldn't fit on his head.
Like, to me, wear whatever you want to wear. Like, I hate that people have so much to say about other people.
So it's funny that both of you... So, sorry. My opinion is, I agree with you guys. I think people can do what they want. I will, though, say personally, you're not going to catch me with a bonnet out and about. It's just not something I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get myself a bonnet for my bald head.
It's not... It's for your bald head. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a personal preference because, again, I was raised, and again, I was never told this by like my mother or anybody, but I was raised under the impression that like it's for sleeping, it's for the house, like, you know, it's just like even if I go outside in casual clothes, there's a difference between going out in casual clothes and going out in house clothes. Normally, your house clothes are a little more ratty, a little more loose fitting, you know, it's just kind of one of those things. So for me personally, it's not something I'm gonna do, but like I'm not looking at other women in a bonnet like, oh, she's so ghetto, like
where's your baby daddy,
or I'm better than you because I'm not wearing a bonnet in public. Who cares? Like, you know,
yeah, like it. And
like my head top is a mess. I probably should be wearing a bonnet to cover it up, you know, like who that's what some people do. It's like, oh, I don't have my hair done, let me just throw on a bonnet to cover it up. So yeah, I don't feel any type of way about it. I don't know if this is what started it, but your friend, both of you, your boy Kevin Samuels,
my guy,
yeah, he thinks that women should not be wearing bonnets. Like it's particularly black women, how it perpetuates that type of stereotype and it doesn't look good. And you know, he's very much so like the woman is supposed to look good and present herself. So when you're in public, you gotta present yourself in this type of way. So he's against bonnets. And recently, I saw Monique. You guys know Monique, the actress comedian. She also she delivered it very nicely. She's like, you know, my babies, you know, like keep the bonnet for the house, like, you know, present yourself, carry yourself how no, she spoke very like, you know, she didn't say it as harshly as maybe Kevin Samuels would say it, but she did say that she agrees, and you know, to carry yourself how you want to be seen, and when you're in public, like save that for the house and that type of thing. So people on the internet are going back and forth. I think I'm surprised both of you said that because a lot of men are like, yeah, I don't want to see that shit, blah blah blah, and a lot of women are like, you know,
I feel like do-rags are viewed the same way.
No,
they don't get as much stigma, but it's like kind of in the similar state. It should just be. Well, I don't know. That's just how I was told when I was young. Because like my dad's like, no do-rags, you're gonna look like a gangster.
I've never.
Yeah, my dad told me the same thing.
You don't want to look like a thug, huh?
Right.
Hey, boy.
You could look at like the stereotype of a do-rag being like gangster and thuggish or whatever, and maybe even ghetto. The difference is you've never seen someone in do-rag and be like, oh, that's only for the house. That's the difference.
The way I grew up, like, it was only for the house.
Yeah.
Like, if my mom saw me with, like, my stepdad didn't like the do-rag, but he was kind of like, whatever, like, you're not wearing that outside. So if my mom saw me in the do-rag and I was about to walk out the house, she'd be like, take that off your head.
I've never seen you wear a do-rag.
Yeah.
I've never seen either of you
wear a do-rag. There's no do-rags in my house.
I have so many. Like, not before I came here, last night, I slept in a do-rag because I deep conditioned my hair. And I had the plastic over it. And then I had my do-rag over the plastic.
What type of deep conditioner do you use?
Yeah, I don't know. Whichever one a girl left at my house.
The only thing I was allowed in my house was
Did you use a steam cap too, or no?
Yeah. Is that what they're called?
It depends. Like there's like the thing where you like sit under the dryer.
No, not that.
But there's also a steam cap and it like just heats it up and you can wear it.
That.
Yeah. I have to deep condition my hair.
Can I use that for my head?
You are bald.
Yeah, so it's like
you can grow your hair out. You're not bald by you're bald by choice, not by.
If you're running to your local corner store, fine, like whatever. Yeah, you're wearing your bonnet. You're wearing your bonnet. You got to run to No Frills quick and pick up this.
Why No Frills?
Because you're not wearing that in no Metro. Yeah. But if we're going out to like several locations and we're going to like maybe grab something to eat, I would prefer you not to wear your bonnet. If you want to wear it, wear it.
I'll say the same thing about the do-rag too.
No, 100%. I agree with that too. But for me,
to a Japanese restaurant,
you're
take
wearing
that shit off.
You're wearing a bonnet.
Shit off your
You're
head.
wearing a bonnet.
And then she takes it off. You're like, oh, put it back on.
Put it back.
Just
Yeah.
go home. No, just go home.
Yes, you know what? Let's order Uber Eats.
Nah, do what the fuck you want.
You know, you have a party to go to tonight. You did your hair specifically for your girl's birthday. You're not trying to take it out and sweat it out all day. Like, I understand. I get it.
What the fuck you want to do?
Slightly off topic, but related, just because Hugh made a point about it. We were talking about this, before we recorded, or we were talking about earlier? Grocery stores and what's ghetto?
Yeah, today.
It was,
before we recorded.
It was before?
Yeah.
I can't even remember. These conversations just blend in. Can a grocery store be ghetto?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Walmart's like the plaster.
No way.
No, Walmart's not.
Yeah,
a
I do not go
that.
to Walmart.
Don't do
because
that.
I don't
to
want.
Walmart.
It's depressing going to Walmart.
No, it's depressing
Honestly,
going to No
I
Frills.
don't think that like when I think of grocery stores, I don't think of Walmart. Although they do have their grocery section in the superstore, I don't classify. They're not a grocery store first and foremost. You know what I mean?
Are you airing out your pits?
Nah, my shoulders.
Okay.
I've never seen.
No, because I've never seen shoulder rotations like that.
No, yeah, it's just.
It doesn't look like you're trying
like this because it's like I'm gonna hit stuff. So
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like,
Fair enough. Okay.
My left shoulder's acting. I'm getting old, man.
Your left shoulder's acting up, so you're doing both.
Might as well. Okay. Warm both up.
So like, okay, so if you guys are not from Canada or specifically Ontario, you may not know some of these grocery stores, but just bear with us for a second. So you guys are saying No Frills is for sure ghetto.
For sure.
No,
and their
depends on the
commercials are so fucking dope.
They are. Yeah.
They have like superheroes and shit.
No Frills is on TikTok.
They're crazy.
That's
Their
what I'm
uniforms
saying.
are kind of cool.
However, that's because their store is shit.
No, it's not.
Their store is dirty.
No.
Okay.
Lights flickering. Where's aisle 7? Deepest, darkest corner.
So what's like a Loblaws? Bouge?
Depends on where it is.
You think so?
Yes,
I think
there's some that are like.
I think Loblaws is definitely like more high up
Yeah.
than
more
No
high
Frills.
end. Oh yeah, for sure. It's the same company, but
Dude,
yeah.
are Sobeys still around? There are. There's
Sobeys
a
are
few.
still around. Yeah.
I haven't been in Sobeys for years, so I don't know. How
Yeah,
are they
What's
now?
the
do
other
I.
one that started with a T? It wasn't TLC.
TNT?
TNT, yeah.
That's a Asian supermarket.
Oh,
no,
it's
not
a-
TNT. There's another one. This is old. This is ones you don't.
There's
see
also
a lot.
Longos. My first job ever
Foodland.
was at a Longos.
You don't see those often.
Yeah, you don't.
You see those in the middle of nowhere. Foodland. There's food for less.
And there's Food Basics.
Food Basics is my shit.
It's but Food Basics
Basics
to me
is-
is kind of on
no.
par with No Frills.
No, I
Don't
think it's
ever.
lower.
Oh my god!
It's lower.
I can't be in this
Basics is
room.
lower.
Nothing
Yes.
is lower
Food
than
Basics
No
is-
Frills, first of all.
No.
Nothing.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no.
There is.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
even that.
Foodland
Not even
would
that.
be.
What?
Not even that.
What?
Not
You
even
don't
the
even
one
know
we're
this
talking
Foodland's
about
lower than
earlier.
What?
The one that you hated going to.
No, I'm not talking
What's
about
the-
that.
what's the one that's
I'm talking
right
about
there?
mainstream. There used to be. They're gone now, but up until a couple months ago, there used to be like maybe 2 or 3 Price Choppers still
Price
in the
Choppers
city.
is like
Those are
that's
ghetto.
bottom tier.
Those
No
are less
way.
than No
yes,
Less than
Price
No
Choppers.
Frills?
Yes,
But Food Basics is not less than No Frills.
Yes,
You're
it
being
is. No,
it's
disrespectful.
not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. How dare you?
because Metro is like to me is middle tier.
Metro is like
It's
yeah.
middle to up, but once again, it depends on the area. Like if you go to the one at York Mills, that one's like pretty up tier, upper class.
I feel like the two that are the like top class are Whole Foods and Farm Boy.
Yeah, Farm Boys.
Like Farm Boy doesn't even sell, like you can't sell, they don't sell anything except for food. Like, you know, certain grocery stores you can like get
I
like some
Farm Boy.
household items. Like they're so bougie you can't buy anything except for food.
But Loblaws, I think.
Farm Boy is nice.
But Loblaws, once again, it depends on the area. They're because President's Choice Black Label. Have you ever had that Black Label shit?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's some upper class shit. That's some rich shit. That's
But no,
expensive.
Longos is also bouge, but they're not as bouge
There's
as
not Zero. The one I started with the Z, it's like Loblaws, but it's like
Zellers?
no, not Zellers. Zellers is gone. What would Zellers be?
Ghetto.
Yeah.
And Zellers is not a grocery store. It was like a
Like
clothing
a Walmart.
and yeah.
Oh, it was like a Walmart.
And
yeah.
that was like around in like the 90s, like when we were all children, and
miss
they have been like slowly extinct, just like Sears is gone.
See what I'm saying? No Frills is the cheapest because it's
Fuck
nasty.
No frills, you get some good deals, but like
It's because it's nothing. Everything is
no frills
name.
is kind of down there now that I think about it.
It is.
I don't hate on it. I go to no frills from time to time, but like
When you want
that's not my
something really
regular.
cheap.
That's not my regular like store. You know what? They have a great cheese selection for such a. I don't want to call them low tier, but like for such a lower tier store, they have such a good selection of cheeses.
That's Loblaws, man.
Their cheeses are bouge.
Ooh.
No frills.
You go to Loblaws and you want to see bouge.
I don't live close to any no, like I live close to like a Metro and
What would you say Superstore is?
What? Oh, Great Canadian Superstore.
Yeah.
On par with Metro in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like middle.
Yeah.
But it's big, so it feels nice, but it's because it's really big, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why you guys hate that.
Sorry, I just had to ask you guys. I was curious. Okay.
Dare you guys. Fucking food basic.
I think you deeply offended Des when you said that food basic.
It is to me.
It's below.
It's basic.
It is. I walk into food basics and I'm just like, this is nice.
Yeah, I do that with Norfolk.
I walk into No Frills and I'm like,
why do you keep saying that?
I'm about to get shot.
You pronounce no like Australian. You're like Narfrills. Like you say it weird. Like you've been saying it weird all day. When you're saying no frills, you're like Narfrills. Yeah, like you're saying like there's an R in there.
Well, maybe there is.
Yeah.
In the frills, not in the no, because it's ghetto. There's a silent R.
What about giant tiger?
Fun fact, you know how we have
tiger.
no frills in Barbados? They have a grocery store chain called Less Frills.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So unique, you fucking Asian bastards.
I found out that like frills are just like added like, extra shit. And they're like, no frills, like no BS. Like this is
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Barbados like we have some, but we have less. Like,
we don't have as much as the other ones.
Okay. So, this is the time where we get to a listener-submitted question.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Before we continue, Mikey, I did do my homework. I just want to throw that out there. I did my homework, which was to go to the eye doctors. However, I have to give you another update after this because they told me absolutely nothing except for I am blinder than I was 6 months ago. So
it's like I could have told you that.
I have to go to a specialist this Thursday, and then I will give you an update next week Monday about them removing my eye.
Next week Tuesday.
Yes, next Tuesday. Sorry.
You're not supposed to expose the behind the
I don't know what you're talking
scenes,
about.
behind the curtain. Can't expose the Wizard of Oz. But yeah, so if you are listening and you want to be a part of the conversation, meaning if you have a topic, if you have a question, if you want to address something that we have previously talked about in an episode, we would love to hear from you. And you can do so by writing us at thissquareroom.com/ask. So we have 2 questions. First, so I think it was maybe was it last week? We talked about washing our legs in the shower. Mm-hmm. But an anonymous listener wants to know if we specifically wash the bottom of our feet in the shower. Because I guess we had only addressed legs and like lower body, but we didn't talk about the bottom of the feet.
I'm very careful when I do it. I get scared.
What, you don't want to like slip?
Yeah. It's happened before.
Oh, you said that's so sad. Are you okay?
Mentally, no.
Oh no.
every time now I really go close to the wall.
Yeah, so if you can like.
That's funny because.
Oh my god, I actually feel so bad. That was like.
No, it's not that bad.
Traumatized.
What I do?
Didn't you say you also don't use like a washcloth or a loofah? What do? Just rub it with your hand?
Soap.
You're not cleaning yourself if you're just gliding your hand over your body. Like
no, I use soap.
Use the soap.
The soap goes all over my body.
You don't use a bar soap.
Yeah,
you use body. Oh, you do.
It lasts longer.
You find
like
body wash? Really?
I feel like I always use too much body wash.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Really?
Soap in the eye. Soap in the eye.
Yeah, I always use, and bar soap's always on sale. You get like a pack of like 10. It lasts for like months.
Okay.
Yeah, and I find it smells better.
And what were you gonna say?
The fact that you said you fell in the tub. I fell in the tub years ago, and for that, I no longer bend down and scrub my feet. I have.
I could have told you that you don't scrub your feet because of all the dead skin that hangs off of it. Your feet are disgusting.
I have a foot loofah that I just put on the floor, and I rub my feet on it. Because when I fell, it was at my mom's house, and all I hear is, "Jesus Christ, the big nutty boy dead!" And I was so mad and embarrassed.
Oh my god!
Because it's not like I was like 12, right? I'm a big grown man falling in the tub.
No.
In the whole house, I shake. All right, mom, come on. And when I came out, she's laughing, and she's like, "Are you okay?" Don't ask me if I'm okay. Like I didn't hear everything.
Wait, so you're like laying in the tub hearing her yell these
cackling,
things?
cackling. Jesus Christ! My new whole thing dropped. Mom,
I can imagine you like in the tub, like, "Hello, darkness,
Like,
my old friend."
And the thing is, like, when you fall, you always try and catch yourself, and when you can't catch yourself, it's the
The
worst.
just
sounds
can't,
that
'cause
the
you're
tub
just-
makes
Oh
when
my-
you're
it's so
slipping.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh God, the shower curtain came down and everything. It was bad.
Oh my
It was
God.
bad. It was bad.
No, I'm always scared when I fall in the tub that I'm gonna like hit my head on the corner and then die.
Yeah, I never want to fall forward. You want to fall back because you don't want to hit the faucet.
Yeah.
Because that you're really gonna get fucked up. That's why I don't understand why people like
Kaden
shower
hit the
sex.
faucet.
Oh, I shouldn't have said shower sex while you mentioned your son.
Yeah.
No, you can buy like a foot thing that you can put your foot on for grip.
Yeah, there's a footrest.
Yeah.
You can get that like it's typically like you can build that into like a shower, but it's not for grip for shower sex. It's for shaving. It's for when you want to hoist your leg up to shave.
that.
You're
Yeah.
You think they put that in for shower
Yeah.
sex?
No.
Adam and Eve, that store, they probably made that shit. I don't fucking know.
No, your contractor who builds your shower puts that in.
Oh.
It's an indent
I would
into the
be very
wall.
specific with them. Like, you know what that's for, buddy. Like,
No, you put your leg there
I'll put
while you
lots of grip
shave your
there, buddy.
legs. If you're shaving your undercarriage, a woman shaving her vajayjay.
you
like
put your leg up.
of course you do.
Oh, I don't put my leg up. I just fucking.
You shave your balls without opening your legs. Your legs
I
are just
open my
together.
legs. I'm just like.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I don't put my leg up.
So
like
it's
that.
easier. It's just easier.
No.
Your leg doesn't need to be up in the air, but it's easier to get.
It's fucking just like.
Yeah.
That's what I thought that foot
But
thing
yeah,
was for.
I scrub my feet. First of all, I haven't done it in a while. Where like you use like an actual like
Like the
foot
egg.
soaker thing, and set like a whole day. Well, not a day, but like you know what I mean. Set
did that
time
2 weeks
aside
ago.
to soak your feet and scrub. But I do wash the bottom of my feet, and I actually keep I don't know, one of those. It's not like a pumice stone thing. It's like one of those like
Those eggs.
no, it's not an egg. It's like the long one, like with the handle.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I scrub the dead feet off the dead feet.
Dead feet.
The whole foot is dead. It must be mine.
Like after I clean my while I'm in the shower, I literally take the time to scrub my feet to make sure any dead or loose skin comes off while I'm in the shower. And then you wash your feet and you wash off all the residue, which is probably why I haven't soaked my feet separately in a while, because I don't need to as much. But for sure. So I think the consensus is we all wash our feet.
Yeah.
Some of us have been scarred, so we've adjusted our methods.
Literally, physically scarred.
But yeah, I do get nervous because I have one foot on the ground. You lift up one, and then you're
There's one foot has a little bit of soap on it.
Well, yeah, because the water, the water's under your
You gotta
feet.
do a little prayer.
Yeah.
Like, please don't make me fall.
Oh my God, that story is ridiculous. I feel like your mom's being mentioned a lot in this
No, a
episode.
lot. It's very.
But it's like when you think about you crashing your car all the time, it's like, yeah, you kind of
No,
deserve being
no,
roasted for
100%.
falling in the shower, It's
100%.
like it's like a circle of life. The second question is actually a question for me.
Oh.
From Joey.
Oh.
And he says in episode 109, The Problem with Men, at around 1 hour and 20 minutes, why do you refer to people instead of saying men and women? But when you say something negative, you refer to men.
Hey, I didn't notice that. You're so mean. Fuck you. Sexist.
So, again, so that's episode 109, around the 1 hour and 20 minute mark, if anyone cares to listen.
Very specific.
But I appreciate that, though, because then I can listen and be like, okay, what was this? And actually answer the question. Because if he didn't give that detail, I'd be like, I don't know. But it was, we had a listener submitted question, and it was about the whole Reddit thing. That was when, we were talking about, well, the Reddit feed was, or the Reddit room, Reddit chat, Reddit. I don't know.
Forum.
Forum?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a Redditor. I don't know what these things are called. The Reddit thing was about women and how their struggles with dating men and all of that type of stuff. And then Des and I were going back and forth because the question was, what do we think about this forum? The forum was about women's issues with men. And I was getting frustrated because Des kept saying, oh, but like women do this too. Women do this too. So to answer your question, Joey, the reason when I was talking about like women and other people, I said people or I said human beings. It's because if you listen to that section, I say everyone can be shitty and everyone can do shitty things in relationships, out of relationships. That includes men, women, and however you choose to identify. Hence why I said humans and I said people. But I said when we're talking about men, because that's what the question was, these, you know, whatever the negative things were that we were talking about, they were specifically directed towards men. That's what the forum was, and that's why I only refer to men in that situation when talking about negative things. But I definitely think, you know, women have their issues as well. But that answers the question. Both of you guys are like, what? Do you have anything to say?
No.
Yeah. No. All right. That's what I thought. But yes, that is the answer. Thank you for your question. And if anybody who's listening has any questions or a story that you want to share and want to be a part of the episode, you can do so at thissquareroom.com/ask. Thank you guys so much. Now, moving forward, I want to ask you guys.
Yes, ask away, sir.
Do you feel like relationships are more successful if the man is less attractive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do?
it was proven, so.
Yeah, well, you know, that's where I was getting to that. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna let Des get to that, but all right, thank you.
Yeah, how did it feel? Just taking stuff from me.
No, you took it from me now.
Oh. Yeah, all right. Hurt people. So you guys do feel like?
Yes, yes, I do.
Less stress.
I feel like that personally because of things that I've seen in relationships that I've seen
like
work
what?
and not work. Like when you have a guy who's very good looking, regardless to me of how good he is, the fact that he draws so much attention because of his looks, the women I find that, I don't know, he dates, I don't know if it's a specific kind or whatever, like that's his business, but they tend to be more, I don't want to say they're insecure because I don't, like I said, I don't want to say that's what it is. But it's like they have to know his every move because it's not that they don't trust him. They don't trust these bitches out there.
It's
true.
They're insecure.
Which to me, if you don't trust the bitches out there, you're telling me you don't trust me. But that's just my opinion on that. But I just find that when the girl is really pretty, when she's the better looking one in the group,
When she's beautiful.
the guy.
Group, the couple, or throuple?
Did I say group?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is wrong with me?
This is like a polyamory or
When she's
something.
the better looking one out of the two, the guy doesn't seem to be like, oh, where's she going? Where, you know, she can be free and do what she wants. And he also acknowledges that, you know what? She is out of my league. And the fact that I have her, let me act right.
I agree with that. And I think, it's like
We can admit when we're ugly.
Men who get a lot of attention, they're like, I don't need to commit to you. Like, I got so much to choose from type of thing. So I feel like they're more tempted to, like...
Get pretty, my
stray.
boys. Get pretty.
I think it's both ways. It's like there's an insecurity because obviously you got, you know, other girls all over your man. But then your man has a wandering eye most likely because men are genetically predisposed to be assholes. No, I'm joking. Kind of. But, you know, they want to... What do you always say, Hugh? Like genetically, they want to like spread their seed or whatever.
I always say this.
Something along those lines. Not in
Well,
those
yeah,
words.
from like an animalistic point of view, from like the most basic, like my job as the guy is just to spread my seed to as much people as possible.
Exactly. I love how you're like, I said this, and then you continue to say.
But you say it like I say it all the time.
You've said it a few
You
times.
said it a few times.
Have
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Thank you for backing me up. Because if I only said it, he would deny.
That's the job of mammal, I guess. Male mammal. Spread your seed.
So what is the like scientific thing behind it, Des?
So it's actually exactly what we said it is. Florida State University,
Florida.
they did the research with 113 recently married couples. And it was couples between the age of 26 to 32. And yeah, they found that exactly what we just said. That's exactly how it works. The men who are the less attractive one out of the two. They tend to, be the sweeter ones where they're making sure the house is clean, they're giving gifts and things like that because they feel like they're making up for the fact that they're not so attractive and the fact that you're so attractive and you're with me, as opposed the other way around, as opposed to the other way around. It's the women feel insecure, so now they feel like, okay, I have to make sure my body looks like this, I have to make sure my makeup and everything looks like this. They have to make sure they physically look better. And that when I read it, it kind of made me laugh, only because when you look at it like, okay, this study versus this study, when the man is less attractive, they do gestures to make up for it. When the woman's less attractive, she has to change her whole self to make herself feel better about being the less attractive one. And that's all I got from this study, and it made me laugh.
You don't think women do gestures?
No, I'm not saying that they don't, but the study was shown.
Right, like a woman will try to enhance her appearance, whereas a man won't try to enhance his appearance, but he'll try to do things to make up for it. Yeah. Got it. Makes sense. I agree.
No, I definitely, yeah.
So, ladies, what I'm hearing is just find yourself a kind of...
Yeah, man. You don't have to
like,
go...
He doesn't have to be, like, scary.
Light skins are overrated. I've been saying.
First of all, not all light skins are attractive.
Not any light skin is attractive.
80% of us.
Us? Have you seen yourself?
What do you consider him?
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I consider him, like, brown to light skin.
First of all, right now, he's been in the sun a lot, so he is not...
Yeah, if somebody asked me, I wouldn't be like, yeah, Hugh's dark skin. I'd be like, yeah, he's light. He's light brown.
He's not light skin.
He's light brown.
I'm a chocolate.
How about this? Hugh's a black man. Period.
No,
maybe.
we don't do that in our community. We just separate each other by colors.
Yeah, we got to separate the blacks.
Separate the darks from the lights. Was this fucking laundry?
It's sad because we do that.
All right. So Hugh had brought up a question to me, but I don't really know how to answer this, so I want to ask you, Des.
Nice.
What do you think that Gen Z has missed out on?
Who's Gen Z?
Zoomers.
This
to me is like a half an hour long thing. I can go off.
I think the most thing I can think of, the one thing I can think of the most, like when you asked that question, was the fact that they can't appreciate going outside and hanging out with friends outside of electronics.
Okay.
You said they can't?
They can't. The reason why I say that is I remember me and my friends, like even when we were like 13, 14, like we're still going to the park. Yeah. We're still riding around the block, we're still doing things together.
Right, because it's like, although we had cell phones,
we had video games.
Exactly. Most people didn't even have a cell phone at like 13, 14 too.
Well, even if you did, you weren't really using it as much.
I got my first one at 15, so.
Because
I didn't even until I was like 17.
Because when you're like in a group and you have a cell phone, like you're not really using it. Yeah, you're texting people who have cell phones, but if you're with your friends, you're with your friends. You don't need...
I hate, like almost every time I'll go to like a dinner with my friends and we're all sitting at a table in a restaurant and everyone is on their phones except for me, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, God, like I've had to be the one who's like, guys, come on, seriously,
have some class.
But then I have another group of friends, and what we do is everyone puts their phone on the table, and the first one to pick up their phone pays the bill.
I'll just pick up my phone and not pay the bill.
Well, I have a rule, like if I'm going out, like whether it's on a date or with friends, like we all just put our phone on the table face down on silent.
Yeah.
And if one person, like if Joe's like, oh sorry, like I can't put my phone on silent, my mom, yeah, no, we get it, you know what I mean? It's understandable. Yeah. But if Rufus is calling you and you're like, oh, I gotta get this. No, you don't. Rufus can wait.
Damn, you gotta out me and Rufus like that? Shit.
Yeah, I just think that they don't know how to appreciate being around each other without their phones. And I was also watching, do you remember the guy who used to Super Hot? Super Hot, is that his name?
Oh, yeah, you sent
me. Yeah, even that video, like when I was watching it, like nobody had their phones out, like ha ha ha. And like that's when Soulja Boy was...
his name was Super Hot Fire. Put some respect on his name.
You're right. My bad.
Were you on a first name basis? You call it a Super Hot.
And Soulja Boy was there. Like if that was now, everyone would have their phone out and being extra. You know what I mean?
You know what? I feel like maybe I've told you this, Hugh, and maybe I've told you this, maybe not, but I've definitely said this to several friends, and like people are like, oh, you're already gonna, like, you're not even engaged, you're gonna be married and you're gonna be a bridezilla. But I've told my friends that like when I do get married, like who cares about like the reception, like that's the whole big party, but like I hate seeing people get married and the ceremony part where they're walking down the aisle and
everyone's phones
and the
out.
pastors and especially the aunties with the iPads.
Yeah, man, that's
What's a
disgusting.
bridezilla?
Just a bride that goes crazy and is like, you know, super,
Controlling,
like, not
and
just controlling, but just like a bitch, like, you know, she's just like
this is my day.
yeah, my special day.
Oh God.
Take your fucking head off.
And everyone's like, oh, like you're gonna make people put their phones away. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, I would too.
Why? Like literally,
You're
I'm
here,
hiring a
be
photographer. I don't need your shitty
Be here.
cell phone camera photos. I'm sorry. And like, I just find it like so crazy. And like I've seen people, no lie, jump into the aisle in front of the paid photographer
Walking back.
to get a picture of the first kiss, and then like they post it on their shit. And sometimes people don't want their wedding pictures all over the place, especially if you have
If I didn't post it first.
a little bit of clout. If you're like someone who like is somewhat of a public figure, maybe you don't want your shit, even if you're private, like a random person. I don't like that, and I think it's disrespectful. If the person is like, it's cool, then it's fine. But if the person's like, no photos, like if it's the reception, have your fun. It's a party, who cares? But like, we're having this one special moment. I think that's so disrespectful. I don't know, people can't. But even me, like, I'm not gonna lie, like there's times I find that when I'm anxious, like if I'm in a new environment and there's not a lot of people around, I'm just gonna like take my phone and just scroll because it's like easier than, and it's become like a really nasty habit. But also if I'm with you guys and enjoying a conversation and we're having a good time, I'm gonna put my phone away, or at the very least put my flip it over so I'm not tempted to look at it.
I don't think it's a nasty habit because, like you said, like if I'm in a new environment with people that I don't really know, like if I know one person in a group of 20 people in someone's house, I'm gonna be on my phone, but not because I want to, but because if I don't, I stare at people because I like to judge people and I like to figure them out.
See, so it's okay.
Yeah, so I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh, this guy's staring at me all night. He's gonna rape me." Like, nah, man. They're cute though.
You don't even know if they're cute.
There's some girl that was walking by yesterday at my mom's house, and I'm sitting outside with my brother, and I'm like, "You're kind of cute." And he's like, "Do you have to do that?
You said that out loud?
Yeah. She was cute.
How can you see? You can't see.
She wasn't that far. She looked cute, I think.
That was a man.
Did she respond to you?
No, but she kind of like smiled and like looked off, and I was okay, whatever.
No one's ever said this.
Do people still catcall? Like, that's crazy.
I feel like that's
people still do catcall.
We should bring back polite catcalling. Polite, yeah. Polite catcalling. Polite.
Well, I think that's just called just introducing yourself and, you know, hitting on someone nicely. I think when you're catcalling, it's like,
hey, yo, ma.
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
I feel like there's
You a
no
New Yorker
winning
now?
in that sense though, because it's like Hugh said, like polite catcall, like, and you said go up and introduce yourself, but there's people you'll go, okay, I didn't ask you what your name is. Like, what the fuck?
No, that's true, but like I think those people are bitches.
But we won't know until we talk to them. And
Like I could
Hey,
be
girl.
married with a ring on my finger, and if someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh,
not
hi,"
looking at your hand.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like they don't know. So if someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh, hi, my name is Tom. Nice to meet you," I'm gonna be like, "Hi, Tom," and I'm gonna wait for him to like, "What do you want?" Like, you know, I'm not gonna be like, "What the hell?" But I'm gonna be like, "Hi."
I'm married.
I'm not gonna ever be the one who's like, I have a boyfriend, don't talk to me, because then he could be like, "Oh, ma'am, you dropped your wallet. Like, I was just trying to tell you."
Shit, but I'll keep it.
Right, you know, I'm never gonna be an asshole like that. If a man approaches me in a respectful way, I will never be disrespectful. Doesn't mean I'm gonna, just because you come to me respectfully, doesn't mean I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's go on a date." But I can be like, "You know what, thank you, that was really, you know, I appreciate it, but I'm taking, or I'm not interested, or whatever."
You're a dick. You might create a school shooter.
Literally, next thing you know, I blow him off and he blows my brains out, you know?
That's what he tried to do. Got him.
Nobody says that. When they're talking about sex, they don't say blow
That's
your
what they
brains
do.
out. They say blow your back out, you idiots.
Not when she does the gok, I'm blowing her brains out.
You guys
Fully
are
loaded.
gross. I obviously...
Fully loaded.
Okay, Goofy. The fuck was that?
But Hugh, what were you saying?
Oh man, I have a list, man.
Not the list. What's your top 3?
Yeah, please. Thank you. Rein it in.
They missed out on video games because all the video games they have now are shit. To be honest, they may think they're good, but they're not.
What? The new Resident Evil that came out already.
No, but the thing is, I think the millennials, we had the last generation of good and of good video games.
You know what? I won't say good,
And their
but
graphics are way
we can
better now.
appreciate what we had
Yes.
to where it's going.
Yeah.
Because the games where you can't even go back, we played those games.
Yeah.
You can't even turn around.
If you die, then
you got to
have
start all over.
restart.
You know, there's
Yeah,
no
the
saving
graphics are
data.
pretty,
Yeah,
but the games are just pretty much remakes most of the time. That's the thing. The games aren't like they're never gonna know what like playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was on Xbox Live. Game called nigger every 10 seconds.
You know what? They still do that. It's pretty funny because I went upstairs and my aunt was like, "These are the games Caden is playing," and I'm like, "Caden, what are you playing?" And he was like, "Oh, just like Fortnite and Call of Duty," and I was just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, like." That's nothing crazy.
That's pretty normal.
And I sat there, and me and him were in the living room, and all I hear is, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your dad.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
I started.
That's pretty normal.
That's
yeah.
normal, and I'm laughing. I'm like, is this what Auntie heard? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I understand why she thinks this is bad. This is nothing.
They'll never know what Call of Duty back in the day was like. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. They'll never know what Halo was like. They'll never know what like Smash Bros, like N64. They will never know what GoldenEye was like. They won't know what it's like to have your friends come over to play video games
To appreciate
and
it.
split screen. Because what me and my friends did,
I miss that. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't put it
games
anymore.
with someone else in person.
In the same room.
Yeah.
like we would like rush to my friends' house just to play Halo 3 against each other.
Every lunch we used to go play Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, and like what we would do, we did this sometimes, is that my friend would bring his TV to his other friend's house, and we have back-to-back break between TVs, and we would play against each other.
I've seen people do that. I've never done
Yeah.
that. The only time nowadays that I play video games with people is like my friend Alex, who'll like have a party and he'll play like Mario Party and stuff, and like
What else?
like make it into like a drinking game.
I feel like music. I feel like they can experience that, but I feel like they probably think their music's good. I think the music's now. Me personally,
Yeah, but your parents thought your music was, so that's how
I know. It's just being
goes.
old. But I also,
first of all, you're not old enough to have a. Well, I guess technically, no,
Yeah,
you're
we
not.
can.
No, you're not old enough to have a Gen Z kid.
Oh.
no.
If you said your question was, what is Gen Z missing out on?
Yeah.
Right, but I made a reference like, your parents, but you are not old enough to have a Gen Z kid.
You don't know that.
They're just a couple years younger than you.
When does Gen Z stop?
I think
I'll look it up.
I think the other thing they missed out on is whatchamacallit. I think good anime.
Original animes.
Yeah.
There is
Gen Z starts in 97?
Yeah. When does it stop?
Gen Z goes all the way until 2012?
Yeah, because Caden is Gen Z.
Wow.
That's why he said Gen Z, and then he said you're a kid.
Right. No, but I thought Gen Z's like stopped in like 2005 or something.
Whoa.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that. Okay, so I guess, yeah.
I don't know. They'll never experience.
So then
what
you are
Naruto
old enough
was
to have a
like.
Gen Z kid. I stand corrected. I apologize.
They won't know the feeling of crying, watching Naruto and Sasuke.
No, they
fight
don't know the
last
feeling
time.
of writing a love letter to the girl and
Passing
do you want to
notes in
date me?
class.
Oh my god!
When you didn't have cell phones, you can text someone under the desk.
And it's not even like. And what I liked about the passing notes is literally that note goes through about 10 different people and nobody opens it because they respect your privacy. You might have that one friend who's an asshole that looks at you like, can I? And you're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But no one.
They give you the look first.
Exactly.
Like, can I open
Nobody's
it?
just going to open the letter you're passing. Oh my God, he's going to ask her out. Like, nah, man.
Also, I was thinking about this. I'm like, do kids nowadays even like write? Like actually write pen and paper? Everything is on the computer. Like,
everything's
if they
on the
type
computer.
like an essay. No, by hand. They do everything on the computer. Because
wow.
Well, because when I was in high school, remember at some point they switched. Because when you had to do an essay, the essay was handwritten. Like when we were really young. But now, and like in like high school, university, everything was like it has to be on the computer. So I'm like, if that was that for us, nowadays they definitely don't handwrite anything.
No,
maybe just like a test here and there. But I'm like, their writing is probably all shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't write. They don't.
Because our generation was the last generation of cursive writing too.
Yeah. They don't do
Yeah,
that.
Like
cursive
my
is
grade,
shit.
I remember my
can't.
grade was like the last grade for cursive writing. They stopped.
Yeah, because I remember in elementary school they used to say formal like essays and paragraphs must be done in cursive, and then a couple years later they were just like fuck
whatever,
that.
do whatever.
But that's
you
a
want.
dying
Cursive
art.
died with us. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
killed
we're the
it.
last ones. Because I feel like it's actually kind of bad that they don't know how to read cursive because there's gonna be a bunch of old texts and old letters
That they won't be able to read.
I think that's gonna become a future specialist is cursive writing.
Yeah,
and cursive
that's
being able to
that's
read
a good
it.
career path.
Yeah, man.
Cursive reader.
Yeah, because you're not gonna be able to
Paid
read
$80K a year.
Probably. And like, what else is there? I feel like the one thing I find annoying though, I feel like back in our day, to be yeah, but I feel like back in our day we actually had to work hard to be hot compared to the guys now. They just have to make that stupid face, that like squinty face, or just like that shit.
That's not hot. That's supposed to be funny.
But that's what they do. They think that the shit you're doing. I remember back we had to actually like fucking play sports and be competent
Sweat,
in some
but
way.
not sweat too much because she doesn't like sweaty
But now
guys.
they just have to have that fucking broccoli ass haircut, wear straight skinny jeans, not even be built anyway.
Do you not wear skinny jeans?
Yeah, but you know what I'm
Your
talking
jeans are
about.
like painted on tight.
I know.
You wear skinny jeans and you wear like Gen Z shorts because Gen Z actually wears their shorts higher than millennials.
They wear short shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they?
Oh yeah. It's aesthetically more pleasing because you see more of the leg and it contours a man's body in a more flattering way.
They wear short shorts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 3-inch short shorts.
Like
I
you.
do?
3-inch.
Like you.
There's 3 inch
Yes.
and there's 5-inch.
Really? Okay.
And
I don't.
5 inches
I don't
like
know the inches,
short,
but
and
like
then-
you. Yes.
Like you. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
It's funny.
We keep saying yes, and he's like, "Really, really?"
I was buying Kaden some clothes online because nothing's open. So I'm going through it and I'm putting stuff in the cart. And I show him the cart, like, is this okay? And he's like, can I do it? I'm like, okay. The shirts he kind of leaves because I understand he doesn't like any writing on his shirts or anything. That's fine. But the pants,
like, I'm not giving up
he's
free
like,
branding.
That's too baggy. I'm like, Kaden, that's not baggy at all.
Yeah, but you have to remember, when you were Caden's age, your shorts were so long they were like pants.
No, I'm talking about like pants, like.
No, but I'm talking not you specifically, generationally.
Yeah.
The
Our-
shorts
we're
were so
pants.
baggy,
The
they
shorts
were
were
like
capris.
Yeah.
right, and
remember-
literally, and then the
that.
big like you would be a medium, but you'd wear a 2XL
So, yeah,
t-shirt.
3. I can still wear
And
my
it's
shirt.
you're swimming in it. Yeah.
But that was the style,
And
you
you
know.
do like one
Yeah.
smaller than the other, so you have like 2 layers. You have like the red and the white.
And then yep. Good times.
That was very sweaty.
Yeah, so it's like, and then like the clothes
sweaty.
got tighter, and that's why like older people, like boomers, are like, young boys these days, like they dress like women, but it's just like how things have changed.
But I feel like girls are bringing back baggy pants. Cause I see a lot more girls wear mom jeans. I'm seeing a lot.
Mom jeans aren't baggy, but yes, the mom jeans are very flattering if you can wear them
You
right.
got them cheeks.
No, if you don't actually. Mom jeans,
Really?
I love the look of mom jeans on like a slimmer woman because it really gives her that contour, but like you can tell, like, it's just nice. It's flattering.
Yeah, the one combo I see a lot of, and I see a lot of now is like mom jeans and just like a tight crop toppy type shirt. Yeah, I see that combo a lot now with the kids. I kind of want to start wearing not baggy jeans, but like.
Didn't you want to start wearing crop tops?
I don't have the fucking body for that shit.
But isn't that what I didn't say?
If I could pull it off,
say that?
because if I could pull it off, and if I had the confidence to do it, I would fucking do it.
I could see you do it.
Because I see the guys like in the 90s and like the 80s and shit that did it, and I was like.
But I feel like the guys who wear crop tops are all the ones who are just very like, hey, bro.
Yeah, that it was
But
even
that's
back in the
not
day.
you.
I know, but I want to. I want to be.
But I could see you trying like, hello, brother, and like, it's
Hey,
like,
bud.
No, guys,
yeah.
I see like
And they're like, yo, you're not one of us, but like you can chill. But like,
because I see some dudes with it, and I'm just like, that's cool.
that alone.
That's cool.
That alone.
Like it's one of those things.
You
where-
did it, buddy. You did it.
No, it's like
Everyone who's listening, you couldn't tell, but Hugh-Gene just wagged his finger like a 78-year-old war veteran
Like-
who's telling kids to get off his lawn.
yeah, I don't know. Like I see it, and I'm just like, I don't really have the confidence for it. Maybe one day I will, but I'm like,
You said that you're too hairy for it. That's what you.
no.
told me.
I got too much belly hanging for that shit, man.
Yeah, my cousin plays football and like he wears them from time to time.
No, football's their
Yeah.
uniform is a crop top.
Yeah, they just shove it under.
Yeah, it's a crop top essentially. Yeah, it's normally crop tops for dudes. Normally, like they would wear for fashion at times, but a lot of time it was more for working out.
Yeah.
From when I looked at pictures from back in the day,
It is, yeah,
it was
it's
more
more
for
so
working
working
out.
out,
But
yeah.
you would sometimes see guys wear it as like a fashion thing. Like there's like a picture. Will Smith had it in the Fresh Prince. Like it looks cool, but it's just I don't have the confidence for it.
You'll get it.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, I feel like crop tops on men, the stereotype is you're either super douchey, like bro, douchey, whatever, or you're gay.
I don't care.
I'm not saying either one of those are bad things to be. Like, if you want to be a bro, be a bro. If you
want to
be a gay bro, then like boom, that's perfect. Got your uniform. But yeah, that's I don't know. But I also feel like, you know what, we're gonna get things with like different generations and
I feel like they don't appreciate friends. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, yeah, I feel like toxic relationships are like
it's so
fad.
Common now that it's
fad,
just
dude. Like cheat on stuff.
I disagree. I do agree that like toxic relationships, like, you know what? No. Toxic relationships have been around for a long time. Yeah. I think that we are just now recognizing them as toxic, and I think that Gen Z is a big reason why. I don't think they tolerate toxic behavior. Sometimes it's a little...
They do.
You see TikToks and be like, oh, look, I'm back with my toxic boyfriend. Like, they make it seem like it's a cool thing.
Romanticize sometimes.
Yes. It's really bad. It's really bad.
I see it a lot.
But I also think like...
And it's because they're afraid to get their heart broken, so they'd rather stay in a shitty situation than try... Exactly.
Gotta make these kids resilient!
Then try again.
True, but I think like younger millennials like us and like the older Gen Z, like we are the generation of like cancel culture, which is not always great, but I think we are the generation of holding people accountable though. I do think
to an extent. I agree with it to an extent. I do believe it goes I don't agree with cancel culture at all.
But I believe in holding people accountable to an extent. I don't think it's fair to like look up a comedian set from like the 80s and be like, he said something offensive, cancel him today.
In general. So it shouldn't
comedians can still say shitty things today. But you get what I'm saying, Des? It's like they will go back into like someone's like history and like, yes, it may not be cool by today's standards, but you can't look at it that way. And I don't think that's fair. And you have to allow people to grow. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I call it
with stuff
culture.
like that, I definitely think it goes too far, but I do think it is appropriate and it is great that people are holding people accountable because
I think it's just too far because it's
and I think that's because of younger millennials and older Gen Zers.
No, I just think it's just people are just acting
like anyone who's
now.
Like teenagers to like in their 20s and like even like I would say up to like 35, actually maybe even closer to 40 now. Like all the like that age group are the ones who are really, you know, vocal online and holding people accountable, and like there's always good with the bad. You know?
I just think they're miserable people sitting at home that have nothing else better to do.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
But I think it's just everyone is acting holier than thou, and it's just like, no, you're not any better. You're actually probably worse than the person you're canceling.
Yeah.
So that's why I think cancel culture is a little shit. I don't think I don't know. Yeah, it's I've already spoke about cancel culture. I don't need to go out again.
But you know what? The world is changing so much that you know what was on TV over the weekend does. Xenon,
the Fearless Warrior,
Girl of the Future, or whatever.
What the hell's that?
The movie where
they were in space, right?
Yeah, like she lives on a space station. You never saw it?
It was on Family Channel all the time.
I've probably seen it, I just don't remember.
Yeah, and I was like,
probably didn't hold my
wow, like,
interest.
that's the world my kids are gonna live in. Because I always thought I'd grow up and like be able to like live on a space station, you know?
Really?
Very optimistic.
I was like, I don't know. I was a young child when this movie came out, and it's like, oh, that'd be so cool to live on a space station and you vacation on Earth. Like, come on. Or like you have some friends on Earth, but like you live on a space day.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, the space day, you know. Oh God. All right. You know what? That is gonna be it for this week. You know, stay accountable, stay safe. Don't sleep while you drive.
Stay alert.
What other lessons?
Stay safe.
What other lessons did we learn this episode?
I don't fucking know.
You guys are like, I didn't learn shit.
No, I didn't learn a lot.
Make sure you have an airbag.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't drive a 30-year-old car that weighs less than 2,000 pounds because you will die if you crash.
Des.
Yes.
Where can they find the podcast?
They can find it on.
I love you like shit.
No, I'm not like shit.
You are.
It's
that's
no,
what your
because
face looks
I
like.
always send people Linktree. Is that what's called, Linktree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always send them Linktree, and then they can pick which one from there, whether it's Spotify, Apple. What's it called?
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, I don't do the stuff that you guys do. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, which there's no visuals, but that's okay too.
You can still listen to the audio.
Yeah, you can still listen to it. SoundCloud.
Hugh, help him out. Name a couple others.
No, Spotify. You say Spotify?
I already said that.
Podcast Addict.
Stitcher,
What's the-
Podbean, iHeartRadio.
What's the new
Google Play?
No.
No.
Is it Google Play
It's
now,
Google,
right?
It's Google Podcast.
Google Podcast.
There we
Google
go.
Play
It's
is no
gone.
longer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Google Music or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell. Google.
Hey.
They're always changing.
Not too much on Google now.
They're listening.
they kind of actually are.
The point is, we can be found anywhere that podcasts, can be heard. We are everywhere.
We're universal.
Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Hugh-Gene, when do we upload new episodes?
Tuesday.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. We truly appreciate all of the support, and we will see you next Tuesday.